Ground control to YTD. It's Space Week, and we're bringing Reese's with us as we soar into the cosmos on a celestial journey to find deliciousness. Houston, we have a snacking problem. We need to decide which snacks we are over the moon about and which we need to bring down to Earth. We're going to rocket your world right now on You Tried Dat. You Tried Dat. Space. I'm Nick North, the palace Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Mr. Geiger.
Was that just AI just now? You tried that. Space. Fucking Alexa doing our intro over here.
We haven't had a space episode in a while.
I know.
Yeah, been a couple years, I think.
So,
Bring it back, they say. The fans have been demanding more space talk.
The moon landing.
Yeah.
Guys, let's start with this.
It's fake?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's break it down. The flag couldn't have flown because there's no wind or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Kubrick filmed it. Isn't that a thing?
Yep.
So they say that during the moon landing, I don't know if you knew this, but during the moon landing, there was 2 minutes when transmission was lost. Not sure how much you've read about it, but
No.
so they said during Apollo 11 that there was 2 minutes that the NASA claims they lost transmission with the astronauts.
This is when the astronauts were like taking a dump and didn't want them to hear or something like that.
Correct. They needed privacy. Now there are some people who believe there is a story out there that transmission was not lost and that they just hid this information from the general public.
Okay. Because they found aliens or something.
That is correct. You are right. Now, it does appear in some documentaries, people arguing for it, because some people said they have heard this lost transmission, and it is Neil Armstrong, and I'm going to read you the exact quotes from Neil Armstrong. It says, "These babies were huge, sir. Enormous. Oh, God, you wouldn't believe it."
What?
That's the first part. Right. Neil Armstrong looking at a
real articulate description.
She's got that big old alien.
Look at them fangs.
Then he says, "I'm telling you, there are other spacecrafts out here, lined up on the far side of the crater's edge. They're on the moon watching us." That's the exact word-for-word transmission that it says that people say they have heard that was sent.
Yes, they say they have heard that.
And then he just went back to not talking about the aliens for the next.
It's just like, all right, well, anyways,
They're quickly trying to shuttle him onto the deck. Like, get him off of this topic.
Now watch this drive.
How was the dehydrated orange juice, Buzz? Let's move him on. Move him along.
Stop. Ixnay on the alien A.
Ixnay on the big ol' aliens.
Stop talking about the alien cans and start talking about the aliens' butts, okay? We're butt men here at Houston.
So what do you think? Do you think there's that?
What do you think?
What do I think?
Does the story have legs?
Letter to Penthouse somebody wrote for Buzz Aldrin. Then the beefy, swarthy alien walked up to me with his rippling thighs and was like, "Come to my planet, bitch."
These aliens have no aerial. I mean, there's no air on the moon.
This is one small stroke for man, one big stroke for my manhood.
Stroking my manhood.
So we do think we sent Buzz Aldrin or Neil Armstrong to the moon to jerk off to aliens. Is that what
Okay, now be real here. if you were selected, like there's how many people have been to the moon in history, right? Like 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like if you were selected to go to the moon, wouldn't you want to spunk while you were there and just, like see if like how does it float? It's for science, right?
Mm-hmm. There was
it would float.
0G
inside my fucking suit. That's how.
Buzz Aldrin opens up the cockpit and like Neil Armstrong's in there and just a swath of like cum bubbles just start flying out of the cockpit. Like, oh god, just coming everywhere. How many experiments do you need?
Debate about whether anyone had sex in space, like because no one had admitted to it. Right? They don't send couples up there, but they have sent some like mixed gender company. That might get a little lonely.
I feel like you got to try it if if the opportunity presents itself, right? Like,
right.
I would probably be the guy left out. There'd be like all the other dudes and like 3 other chicks, and they'd all be just fucking banging, and I'd be like looking at space porn or whatever. It's like off in the corner whacking it, like pictures of big meaty aliens and stuff.
You're trying to whack it in the corner, and like one of the like other people having sex like stops long enough to get on the radio and is like, "Houston, Geiger's trying to masturbate. Can you tell him to pull his pants back up? We're busy with experiments."
Wait, there was an orgy going on, and you were the only one not involved?
I think so. Like, what if there's an uneven number of men and women? Yeah. Look, it would be my luck to be the odd man out.
That's not luck. It's not a matter of luck. If there's an orgy going on, you're not invited to within a small enclosed space.
That I wasn't there.
Yeah, it's bad luck.
May I cut in? Get out of here. Okay, sorry. Fly the ship.
Lucky enough.
I flew all the way to fucking space to get cock blocked again.
Fly the ship?
Operate the rocket ship. We're fucking back here.
You're like the limo driver with people fucking slide open the space door. Hey, what's going on back there? He shuts it. Drive the fucking ship.
They show the lineup of all the astronauts, and it's like 3 like rock hard bodies and like 3 gorgeous women, and then like me just like scratching myself in the corner like a homunculus, just like he's there to just fly the fucking shit. He's the only one that knows any of the astronaut shit.
Geiger, give us more champagne back here. Yes, sir. You're like throwing bottles through the...
Well, the ship really doesn't need to be flown. We're just sort of orbiting. Fly the goddamn ship.
We're on a space steering wheel.
Go back. Just turning it back and forth.
Beep, beep. No one tell him he's doing nothing. I'm like hitting all the levers.
Geiger, we need more space condoms. Get on
it. All right. Well, that's a good start. Let's.
Yeah. I do actually, yes. Though the Neil Armstrong thing, I do remember because I have listened to those tapes. Now that you mention it, it's just coming back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
what did he leave out?
No, I do remember. There's one part where he says, "Hey, Houston, I'm going to go over to the Moon Rover. I mean the Moon Rover. I'm going to the Moon Rover." That's what he says.
We went back to that.
Okay, great. You're welcome.
The old Poon Rover. The old Poon landing.
Glad it could be of service.
The Poon landing.
Did you believe we put a man on the Poon?
Oh man, I want to date her. I mean, it's a crater. It's a crater. That's what I'm saying.
You want to date her?
Rhymes with crater.
It's like a step back after getting Poon.
All right, I did lead with my best stuff with Poon Rover.
When the Poon hits your eye. Like a big pizza pie, I want to date her.
Okay, cool.
When the moon hits your eye and you're the rocket flying guy, you're left out of the orgy.
When the moon hits your eye. Nope, that's not the moon. That's all the jizz that just came out of the moon capsule.
3 snacks. You rate them on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. Start with the Reese's Pieces caramel. Reese's Pieces caramel flavored milk chocolate. Where'd you get these from, Chad? These look like they're foreign.
Yeah, both of these.
From the moon?
You said that so weirdly. What's their, I don't know how to say it. It's foreign.
What in tarnation? These look
I'm not going to beat
foreign.
around the bush. These look foreign.
Both of the Reese's Pieces we'll be trying tonight are sent from Canada by my buddy Vinod. So these are from Canada, which is why there's some French on there. That foreign French that they speak in parts of Canada.
They're about the size of peanut butter M&M.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of the form. They have the standard Reese's Pieces colors of brown, yellow, orange.
There's some cookie in here too, right? There's something crunchy.
This one just says with caramel flavored milk chocolate, but I think the crunch is just the candy shell, no?
I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely a layer there if you look at the cross section.
Looking at the cross section, there's the candy shell, there's the Reese's peanut butter, and then inside is a big hunk of chocolate, which it says is caramel flavored chocolate.
Oh.
I'm gonna try the smash test on these bad boys.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the smash test. Check the archives.
Bunch of astronauts sound like they're doing the smash test a bunch in space.
Geiger, what do you think?
I think I've talked before about caramel is not always my favorite thing. I like it okay, but when it's too caramel-y, I've never been as big a fan. But these are good. It's a nice mix of chocolate and caramel. It feels like I keep trying to bite in for a cross section. Either the shell's just thicker, or it seems like maybe that's the chocolate, or that's probably the caramel layer I'm looking at that I thought was cookie. I don't know. I get a good mix of flavors. Like you taste the chocolate and the caramel's not overpowering. That's what I usually hate about caramel snacks is like it's all caramel and it's too much.
Yeah.
This is like a good mix. This is solid like that. These are good. I like these.
All right, like that to start. Chad, what do you think?
I think what you're seeing with like feeling that they're a little hard or something like that is I feel like mentally we're comparing them a little bit to the peanut butter M&M.
Yeah.
Which is softer on the inside because the peanut butter there is softer in that M&M than this inner cookie chocolate caramel thing is here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind the consistency. I do prefer that softer consistency from the peanut butter M&M. I know this is not a peanut butter M&M. This is a Reese's product that we are rating. But I think the flavor there is good. Look, I like a Reese's Pieces. There are a lot of people that don't feel like Reese's Pieces are in the same, like they don't deserve the Reese's branding or whatever because they're not as good as like a Reese's Cup. I get that. There are some like Reese's Pieces haters out there. I still think it's a really good snack. It's a different thing from the Reese's Cup. You know, I don't get it expecting a Reese's Cup. These are pretty good. They're maybe a little too sweet. And for that, I'm going to dock them a little bit, but I think they are tasty like that for me.
Wow. You guys didn't say what needed to be said. I
didn't.
Look, Reese's Pieces are pretty good, and it's because I can taste the Reese's peanut butter.
Yeah.
Now this has a Reese's name on it with a complete lack of taste of that peanut butter. It's really disappointing, and it doesn't look. It says caramel on there, and then I got to read a little closer to see caramel flavored chocolate. it doesn't have a caramel taste either. It's
You don't taste caramel, really?
You don't
a
taste
little.
caramel?
It's a little, but it's like I want some chewiness to caramel, right? When like if you tell someone to describe caramel, chewy is one of the words they're going to say. This has no chew to it whatsoever. This is very disappointing to me. I'm going to give it a dislike that.
Wow.
Not like these. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. No good.
Really?
I think I think though, because I did kind of expect them to just be like caramel flavored in the middle, like just pure caramel. But I think that would be too much because the Reese's Pieces stuff is already so sweet.
No.
But
I've seen the bad poon rising. So, next, I don't have the bag for the next one, so someone's got it for the other Reese's, the other bits. The Reese's Pieces chocolate cookie biscuit. Is this also cookie biscuit flavored chocolate, or how is this different?
It just says with chocolate cookie biscuit. So I think it's chocolate on the inside, but maybe it's supposed to be harder. I'm not sure.
Same colors, more of a instead of a like ovally shape. These are just complete round shape.
And it is on the inside. It's not like a big hunk of chocolate again. It is more of like a cookie kind of crumbly texture on the inside. Almost not quite wafer-ish, but like getting there sort of. Reminds me a lot of the crispy M&Ms. Not to compare these to M&Ms again, but yeah.
Okay, so Chad, you're up first. What do you think?
You know, I like those crispy M&Ms a lot, and this is bringing back a lot of those memories from those. Plus, it's got I can taste the Reese's peanut butter here. Novak, maybe in like a minute, you're going to tell me you can't taste the peanut butter at all this time, but I do taste it. I think it's coming through. I really like that consistency. I don't think I necessarily would pick these over regular Reese's Pieces, but maybe for some variety. I actually really, really like these. I'm going to give them a love dat.
Whoa.
What? Christ almighty.
Okay. Jesus.
These are better than the last ones. There's no doubt about that to me. There's a stronger peanut butter taste. They're still not great. Like, it's still worse than a Reese's Pieces. And I don't know, like cookie biscuit. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're even trying to get at. Like, it's just, I guess the chocolate has
they're trying to get at a cookie
at.
biscuit. What the fuck?
Like, it's like just like a chocolate, like it's supposed to be like a chocolate Oreo type cookie, just like shoved in there with peanut butter surrounding it. I don't know. Crunch is, it's not good. It's like not crunchy enough, I guess, if you're gonna make it cookie-ish. They are slightly better. I'm going to give them an indifferent to that. I'm disappointed in both of these, I'll be totally honest. So, I don't know. It's Canada's fault, I guess.
Blame Canada.
Foreigners.
Yeah.
Geiger.
I don't know. I'm kind of...
I mean,
it's your job, though.
Job to
I'm
know.
getting paid for this? I wasn't aware.
So...
Where are all those YTD royalties?
Yes, negative dollars.
Yes.
You are getting paid negative dollars for the amount that we pay the hosting company and stuff.
We're having a verbal orgy, Chad and I, and you're sitting here driving the ship, so please just read it.
Beep, beep. Tell he operates the podcast. Just be honest, guys. Being present and watching you two have a verbal orgy over Zoom would be the most disgusting thing I think I've ever seen. Or the hottest. I can't decide. No, I decided it was gross. These are fine, and these are good. I think I do like them a little bit on the caramel. I agree with Novak in that the cookie biscuit doesn't really taste like chocolate cookie. It's just kind of crunchy, but I do like the crunch with the peanut butter and the chocolate. It tastes like you were kind of saying, Chad, I think, alluding to. It tastes like a Reese's Pieces that just has some crunchy in it, which that's fine. Mm-hmm. That's still good. A little cookie in a Reese's Pieces is good to me. So I will also give this a like that, the same as the other one. I will say I would prefer this one over the caramel one. But I think, I don't know, even though I'm not that far away, love stunned me and like indifference stunned me. I just thought this was a solid, like anyone would like this. But I've been proven wrong.
All right. Spread out a bit of love, alike, and indifferent. The caramel big cup still to come.
Big cup.
After.
Shitty big cup.
All right, guys.
Houston, we have some big cups. Oh, it's just a Reese fry.
Yep, Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong took the morning train when he went to work in space. So we're going to be talking about space jobs.
Space jobs. We talked about a bunch of space jobs already.
In space, nobody can hear my baby takes the morning train. Okay,
and
so
I'm moving to space. It's official.
All right, time for Worst Jobs, Space Edition. I've got 8 pairs of jobs. You're going to say which one you'd rather do. Mm-hmm. All space themed.
Is one of them the rocket ship pilot that can't be in the orgy? It's not fun. I wouldn't want to do that one.
Your first choice. All right. So we're going to assume for most of these that this is far into the future, right? Technology has advanced because there are only a very small handful of current space jobs.
Guy in Houston answering the phone.
All right. That's the end of the segment.
All right. So far in the future, you can either be run a space tour. Right, you're
like a Disney World
space tour guide.
Run a space tour.
Here's where we're passing by Saturn on your left. Or you're going to be space traffic control. All right, so once the space fills up a bit more,
like the guy with just like that waves the rocket ships in, like they would at the airport. Okay.
No, you're like in a tower, right? Saying like you're
No. You're in a space tower, okay? A space tower.
USS Enterprise, you clear for takeoff.
You're in the motherfucking space tower.
I love that. Can I just say, quick aside, I've been going through a Lonely Island tour and showing my son some of the ones at work, and I listened to Space Olympics and pissed my pants all over again. I love that song so much. Anyway, sorry. Rant over.
Okay, so Chad, you're going to choose first. Would you rather be given a space tour or just running a space traffic control?
Yeah, I don't think this one's that hard. Like, first of all, if you look at the earthly equivalents, right? Like, air traffic controller, I think is like kind of a stressful job. Like, you got to like pay attention, to like make sure that like planes don't crash into each other or whatever.
Just I feel like read a book while planes just smash into each other over your head.
I mean, like I gotta check my phone, right? There's like texts to read and shit.
It's more room and space, though. It probably won't crash.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. It also just feels boring, right? Like just sitting in a chair all day, like watching space radar. Telling people like 3D coordinates to come in to the space station, right? But like space tour, you get to travel, you get to show people interesting things, like talk to people, right? Like there's Saturn's rings, there's Uranus's rings, there's Neptune's rings, etc. Like all the rings, right? And so I think that would be fun. So I'll go space tour.
Guy, you agree?
Chad's a real Sonic over there. I don't think so.
You gotta deal with tourist fucks all the time.
Yeah, here's the thing. Tourists are dumb inherently. Like the slack-jawed yokel walking around with their space fanny pack on and their space selfie stick. That'd be annoying. And I think the problem with Space Tour is that it would be fun the first day or two. But by the third day, you'd be so sick of reading the same space script of like, oh, here's where Neil Armstrong first fucked an alien. Here's where the first jism floated down to Earth and created new life. Like, here's, there's...
floated to Earth and created new life.
Humans are created. The alien jizzed onto Earth. You didn't know that?
Oh, yeah. I saw Prometheus.
Prometheus was looking at a space hustler. Again, no, but like, oh, there's Jupiter. It's real big, isn't it? Like, you're just like, so it's like, you'd be so sick. Like, every time I hear a tour guide, I think of how tired they are of going like, yes, and there's Dermot Mulroney's house or whatever. Like, who gives a fuck? So like, it's just such
he lives in space now.
He now has a space condo. It's quite luxurious. So I think I would be
There's Prometheus North, jizzing onto Earth.
He's undoing Orion's belt, shooting out his Beetlejuice. So I think apparently it's a tour of porn. That's what
I didn't say what kind of tour.
Hey guys, welcome to the tour. Who wants to talk about space titties? I think I would get really sick of doing the tour. Like, and just like over and over, whereas air traffic control or something different every day. As Novak said, there's more room in space as opposed to the sky. So I think it would be like, it's just like it'd be high stress, yes, but a more meaningful job and like something that would be different every day, like a new challenge every day instead of just like reading off of my space script.
Space script. All right, the next one. You either going to be the Minority Report police. Okay, so
classic space job.
Clairvoyant space detective. Yeah, I had that one.
Yes. If you're not aware, for listeners, you can tell people will commit crimes before they commit them, and you can arrest them.
Wait, are you the woman laying in the goo? Like, or are you
Tom
Cruise flipping through the computer?
You're Tom Cruise running around.
Okay.
Or you are a cloner, all right? And you're in charge of cloning people for what purpose, I don't know. But you're just working in the...
You're in charge of cloning people.
Just making clones?
Hey, what do you do for a living? Cloner. You know. Clone people. That's what I do.
So, Geiger, what do you think? Minority Report or cloner? I hardly knew her.
You didn't even make it past one pair before these jobs are no longer space jobs.
I thought we'd at least get like
there's more real space jobs coming.
Like, by a mechanical engineer. Okay, slowly look at the list of space jobs. We got Minority Report cop. I think my problem with Minority Report cop is the same that the Minority Report cop had, is like the ethical quandary of killing someone who hasn't done anything wrong yet.
Sure, because there's problems with cloning too.
No, well, and that's what I'm getting to. My problem with the cloning is I don't know what the clones are for. Now, if I'm cloning to like produce additional organs for people to like get organ transplants and remove that problem, that makes some sense. If I'm
just
cloning,
a grunt in either one of these.
I just grunting in either one of these?
You're just grunting.
You're under arrest.
Geiger, you're not.
You're going to take a shit in a space mailbox tomorrow. You're under arrest.
You're not cloning to produce additional organs. You're cloning to produce additional orgy participants.
Poor space captain. He's like,
hey, driver, cloning some more penises up back here.
Penises. I will just make the penis as you requested.
You're either grunting, you're under arrest, or there's two of you now. Those are the two things.
I just don't like. What are the clones for? Am I selling humans? Because I don't want to sell humans.
You don't know. You're just
for me?
in charge of the machine. Someone tells you to arrest someone, you just go do it.
Yeah.
And then someone tells you to clone someone, you just do it.
Hey, we need another LeBron James. Get to it. What? Yes, it's for the orgy. Don't ask questions.
Pick a goddamn job.
I guess no one wants to be a fucking space cop, but I feel like cloning humans is weird. So I think because they come out all like you're not like they don't have clothes on when you clone them. They're fucking like fat sloppy boobs and stuff. I don't like. I don't want to see him slovenly
Usually
clone.
clone the most out of shape people. It's just their genes. We don't need to. We can clone them in shape.
All right,
You're really putting the cloning machine to the test this week. You've broken 5 machines this week with all these people you're sending me.
Okay, yeah. This is going to sound odd, but we have a request for 18 clones of Louis Anderson.
He doesn't want the best version of him either.
Louis Anderson at his career nadir.
We need 10 more Guinness Book of World Record bicycle guys. Get on it. That's going to take me 5 months.
I will take Space Cop.
Jen?
I don't want to be a cop in any space cop, current cop. I want nothing to do with being a cop. And I don't think cloner is repulsive enough to still make me pick cop. So I'll pick the cloner.
All right, I got some space jabs for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can either be a food engineer, right? So you got to learn how to grow food in space.
Okay.
Or you're going to be a genetic architect. So you're learning how to grow food in space, or you're learning how to grow humans in space.
You are Prometheus. Right? Yeah. Yet again, real life space job.
This would be a jab. You're going to have to learn. Someone's got to grow the food in space, right?
Sure.
All right, so I either have to grow food, which is something that like people need to survive. So that's good. That could be interesting, right? Like, you know, I will say I suck at gardening. Like anytime I've tried to garden, just killing plants left and right. So then you add in that degree of difficulty of doing it like in Jupiterian soil. I know there's no soil in Jupiter, but it like it's definitely going to increase the difficulty level, let's say.
Just drop that seed and watch it go.
Watch it float right through the entire planet.
Just getting blown around by the stormy winds a lot. Hancock, you lost another shipment of potatoes into the Great Red Spot. Whatever. Or the other thing was, for some reason, I have to grow humans, or it's like...
You're just messing with genes and like to help people. Like, so it's genetic architect. So you might be messing with genes and you could do some good with it maybe.
To make it so that like, now people can like survive faster than light travel or something. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
What you do with genes.
Consume,
better with
make a mess in their genes.
Yeah. Bigger space penises.
Space penises? Is my penis a space penis as soon as I get to space? Is that how it works?
No. You have to go through the gene architect to transform your penis to a space penis. It gets a little helmet, some moon boots on your balls.
The space between.
That just sounds like weird and ethically ethical gray area there, to say the least. So I will go with the gardener.
Okay,
space gardener.
Okay,
you are not very consistent because you literally just went from I'll clone humans to not wanting to grow.
It was against cop
protecting law and order. Future Law and Order. I don't human genetics only if it's truly like we need to like change their way they consume oxygen because of this environment on this planet, or we need to give them gills because it'd be funny, or something like that. Or like if they needed bigger space
gills
penises,
would be funny.
To fit in the aliens' larger space vaginas.
Give them gills. Just creating fucking mutants.
Well, I mean, to adapt to the climate.
Why, Father?
Because I don't know how to grow potatoes. I was given...
You'll thank me later. You just whipped him into the Great Red Spot.
When I came out of school, there was only 2 available classic space jobs. I guess I would do the gardening. I don't know how to grow shit either, but I like to eat, and we're going to have to do it. And I think I could figure out how to grow.
Unless you've been genetically modified to not have
true.
to eat.
I could genetically modify people into a human centipede already. They wouldn't have to staple themselves to each other. So I'm going to take Gardner.
All right, here's some classic. Here's some classic space jobs for you.
Yeah, here we go.
Bounty hunter.
Han Solo, everyday working man in space.
Or also Han Solo, smuggler. So
that's right.
You're doing these things in space.
Boba Fett's the bounty hunter.
You're doing these in space, bounty hunter or smuggler. Yeah, you're up first. Do you want to be a space bounty hunter or a space smuggler?
I mean, when am I space smuggling? Space penises?
Space goods! What are you talking about?
You're a legion of mutants.
I got to get my half crab, half bronco out there.
Out where?
To the world's worst red lobster? I don't know. It's Horse Week.
Come on, surf and turf. Get out here.
It's Horse Week here at Space Lobster. Why? Oh yeah, you can talk. I don't. Space bounty hunter sounds very dangerous because there's a lot of different aliens with different like I'm gonna come up on an alien. He's got 9 guns pointing at me because he has 12 arms. That's not good. So.
What the other 3 arms?
Fuck it, I don't know. Reading a book,
cranking his 3 space sticks.
His space sticks are so big, and he has 4 arms.
Point. Just to note that he had 12 arms, but used 9 of them for guns.
Well, look, 3 of the guns were 2-handed guns. Okay, so the math works out.
Just saying, I'm gonna run into some aliens that will be difficult to bounty hunt because I'm just a squishy human. Whereas, what was the other one?
Smuggler.
Han Solo.
Smuggler. I'm just stealing shit and hiding it in a ship and making the Kessel run. So I could do that.
To be fair, 9 guns is already a lot of guns. So
to be fair, he deserves to be arrested.
He thought more than that would be overkill. It's I don't want to show off. I mean,
it's really affordable.
Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, bounty hunter. That's too close to cop. So I don't know. It's just that does sound like way too dangerous. I think smuggling could be fun. Probably more of a ladies' man if you're a smuggler, right? It's probably cooler with the ladies. So I will take smuggler.
All right. So this next one, you can either be a black hole explorer, right? We don't know what's in the black hole, but they're gonna
not if you're
send
the fucking
you out
rocket
to
ship
explore.
pilot. I know that. I'm stuck up there driving the whole goddamn time.
I fucking knew that was coming. They're gonna send you out to explore the black hole, or you can be the Zorg trainer.
What the fucking what? Does it have 12 arms and 9 guns?
A large space monster called the Zorg. Right, you're gonna be.
What is it? What does it do?
It's kind of like the guy who trains the thing underneath Jabba the
Rancor trainer. The trapdoor to the Rancor.
So it's a dangerous job, right? Super dangerous. But exploring the black hole, you don't know where that goes. That might just fucking destroy you. Might send you to another universe. But you're gonna pick. Chad, which one do you like?
Zorg trainer. Classic space jobs. Black holes are, just in my experience, having been someone that's studied some science, I've always been more interested in black holes than Zorgs. I haven't really studied Zorgs a lot. But black hole, I mean, we kind of know, you just get stretched out to infinity and time stops or whatever. I guess we don't actually know. We just kind of know. It seems like a job that'd be hard to come back from. But you get to, as we learned in Christopher Nolan's worst movie, Interstellar, as you get closer to the black hole, like time slows down or something. So, you could use that as an excuse to like live a lot longer. Whereas like the lifespan of the average Zorg trainer, as we know, is like only 20 to 25 years, because they get eaten by the Zorgs. So, I guess I'll take black hole guy.
Geiger, what do you think?
Look, I think this is a very simple choice for me because there's a lot that is unknown about the black hole. Whereas the Zorg is a very commonly known space job.
Right.
The Zorg is such a known quantity. You know what you're getting when you're getting a Zorg.
Yeah, I can picture it right now. Like I just see it. It's like a Zorg sitting right next to you.
All you got to do, and look, if the Zorg eats you, you might be going to its black hole anyway. So, well, what might, I mean, now, is there a black hole in a Zorg? Like, am I getting the worst of both worlds if I train the Zorg?
Does he have a butthole?
No, you're disgusting.
Does he have a butthole with a singularity inside it?
Don't be so gross.
That, like,
I was asking about
gravity?
a black hole, Novak. I don't know what you were talking about. That's fucking disgusting.
I think if I'm eaten by a monster, the last thing I'm really concerned about is having to pass through its ass.
I was talking about a singularity.
This is gonna suck.
Oh no! Don't take a picture of me coming out the butt.
Not looking forward to part of me getting wiped for toilet paper later.
The Zorg uses toilet paper. It's a very civilized beast.
Yeah, everyone knows this about Zorgs. It is
fucking
a
Zorg squatting in a Zorg den with a newspaper.
Geiger, I'm starting to think maybe you don't know what a Zorg is if you don't know that they use toilet paper.
I hate to admit it. I think the scariness of
this is Thomas Zorg. He's a new member of their flight.
I think it's frightening to me to do the black hole because you just don't know what's on the other side. And you could die. Like your whole research could be walking up to it and dying. That's all. Like you have one day on the job, got sucked in a black hole, dead. But
commonly walk up to black holes. Just stroll on up. Hey, black hole. What's happening?
Knock.
How's it hanging today, black hole?
Whereas like a Zorg, it's like a pet. You can get to know it. It can be very loving. You could really. It
could be anything you want.
It could be the worst creature on Earth or the best. I have no idea. It could have 16 buttholes. I don't know. So I will train the Zorg. I think I've always liked animals. I think.
All right. Your next choice is interpreting the ancient texts. Okay, you're going to land on different planets, and you're in charge of studying these texts and learning about what different civilizations did. Okay.
Ancient texts.
Space anthropologist.
Or you will be cyber athlete, which now sports has advanced in a way that people are wearing like bionic suits with legs, and so you're like the LeBron James. You may not even be good. You're just like a standard cyber athlete,
right?
Right, or you can interpret the ancient text.
So hold on. So does cyber athlete just mean I can afford the most shit on my body? Like it doesn't. It's not my actual body doing anything good. It's like I was able to
just participate. Whatever sports has advanced to in 1,000 years, where we're using cybernetics, you are a member of that.
Okay, I'm good enough to be in the league. Okay,
sure.
So my job is unemployed cyber athlete. I mean, I get to do what I love with sports. I get to get all that fucking space puss because, athletes really slay. You probably get paid really well as a cyber athlete in cyber money.
You were until you tore your Achilles Zorg.
My Zorg tendon got stuck in the Zorg hole. As opposed to nerd that goes down to a planet and makes shit up because he has no idea what he's looking at. Yeah, that sounds fun. I am going.
Yeah, that's when I think of exploring a civilization from another planet. I just think of a fucking nerd.
A fucking nerd who makes shit up. I don't know. It's a Stargate. I saw that on TV once.
Jeff, sounds great.
Yeah, I think this was Chewbacca. No, I would be a fucking star cyber athlete. I'd be spacing kid. I'd be fucking hooping it up all goddamn day. That would be great. I would be living the life. I'd be a celebrity and famous and getting all the space money.
Chad, Geiger thinks it was Chewbacca. That was his way he determined the text.
Well, he did open the book, and the book went.
Yeah.
So it was probably
That was the
Chewbacca.
text.
Let me try again. There we go.
Jesus.
Worse
There's a fucking space
It's the worst.
space nut over there.
I agree with Geiger. Like, I think it would be great to be the cyber athlete, right? And get the poon or whatever he said.
I did, for the record,
but-
I did not say that. I did not say space poon. I did not.
Yeah, you never said poop.
Nope, never. Don't check the archives. And by archives, I mean the current episode.
But the problem is that no amount of cybernetics is going to make me a sufficient athlete to compete in any league. I could be 100% cybernetics.
The cybernetics doctors are just like throwing shit at the wall in fury. Like, I can't make him dunk. I don't know what the fuck it is. There's no gravity out here.
But I feel like I'd be pretty good at making shit up in the ancient texts. So yeah, I'll take the text.
It's a cyber basketball game playing. Chad just spins by head over heels over and over and over through the game.
Help me!
Can't control these nanobots!
All right, 2 more. All right, you can either be, this next one, a multiverse historian. Okay, so you travel the multiverse.
No.
And you travel the multiverse and you're like recording what is happening in each different multiverse, right? Famous space jump. Or you can be a 0G pole dancer.
Yeah.
So you're on you get put on one particular space station with a strip club. And your job is to go out there and pole dance in 0G and entertain the masses.
The masses? Getting all the Zorgs horny.
All right, Chad, what do you think?
What was the first one again? Sorry.
Multiverse historian.
Oh, multiverse. Fuck.
Go to the multiverse, walk up to it.
Knock on the multiverse door. Morning, multiverse. I'm maybe it's just because I'm multiversed out at the moment with like all the like, dumb Marvel shit and stuff. So that sounds very unappealing. It sounds confusing. I don't think I'd be able to keep the various verses straight. Like I'd confuse the orgy verse for the the Gil person verse or whatever.
Yes, famous Marvel movies.
Both verses, they're yelling, "Why? But anyways, the pole dancer, like, I got a booty on me, like, some people like that, and so I feel like I could really work it when, okay, I can't. I have no athletic.
athlete.
Yeah.
No, but there's 0G, so now like I can jump. Right?
Zero
like,
guys watching you, that's for sure.
Famous pole move. I'm picturing your hands at the bottom of the pole and your legs are sticking straight up, and you're like, whoa!
Just spinning around uncontrollably. How do I stop this thing? 0G might be like the amount of money and tips I would but I'm still gonna give it the old college try. So pole dancer.
Geiger?
The question is really space historian, esteemed colleague of the spaces, to go and look at all the different multiverses.
Esteemed colleague of the spaces.
Be able to go out
What the fuck is that?
into the fucking multiverses and document culture and history, see different versions of myself, get a deeper understanding of our entire universe.
You didn't want to consult the ancient texts 2 minutes ago.
No. This isn't making anything up. This is seeing it for real. I don't need to interpret what's happening when the guild people are pleading for their life.
Making stuff.
You're just making stuff. Oh, look, it's a telephone. Move on. Like that's what you were doing before. Here, you could see other worlds. And
this is the Chewbacca universe.
But here, you're just sitting there fucking gyrating on a pole for a bunch of horny space aliens.
It's very classy.
I had to hear Buck Cherry enough here as it is. I don't want to hear it up there in the fucking. Oh, y'all crazy bitch. And a bunch of fucking space pirates flogging the log. I don't want to see that shit. So, also.
Yeah, they're not flogging to you.
Why am I dancing the pole then? All right. Here comes the cool down period. Ladies and gentlemen, put those.
Everyone put away your space penises.
You know how every like MLB staff like needs someone just to eat innings? That's you. You're just like filling.
I'd probably be. There might be somebody interested in watching me eat more than watching me dance. I could literally eat innings. I'm gonna be a multiverse. I'm gonna be Doctor Strange or whatever. I'll be the multiverse destroyer.
Okay, last one. All right, your last choice is that you can either be a droid porn star, and this is where you will be having sex with droids.
Oh, so I'm not a droid myself.
No,
okay.
No. You're having sex with droids.
Yeah.
It's like human droid,
droid,
human android, and people pay to see that. It's going to be recorded.
Some porn works. Yep. Thank you.
Thanks for the refresher course. It's been a good 13 hours since I watched them, so I'm glad to remember.
Or, so you'll be known. You might be well known around, right? Or you're going to be the Zorg fluffer. So you need to get ready. Get the Zorg ready. You need to get the Zorg ready to mate with other Zorgs.
Is it possible I would have to fluff the Zorg for a porn shoot too? Like where the streams collide there?
There might be Zorg porn. Yeah. So, but that one you're not going to be well known. Okay. Whereas this other one, your video is getting passed around the multiverse. So, last one, Geiger. What do you think?
So, I'm stroking a Zorg is what I'm doing. It's what could my pole dancing moves be enough to get it there or no? I think I'd have a hard time getting any of these other classic space jobs if I had a long documented history of space porn.
I'm not sure what space jobs you thought I was going to be naming when this segment started.
Like, I don't want to like apply for space minority cop and then minority report cop, and then they're like, "Oh, but you were in Space Ass Blaster 7 or whatever." Like, I don't. That would be.
Oh, but they're totally cool with you cranking off Zorgs all day.
It's an actual. People have that job now of like inseminating.
It's an actual job.
Yeah, it's an actual job on Earth of like inseminating.
Cranking off Zorgs.
No, cranking off dogs and cows and shit. I guarantee the people that do animal insemination don't go to home at Thanksgiving and they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" "I crank off cows." Like that's not how they say it.
Because usually at Thanksgiving you're finding out people's jobs for the first time.
What if you're just dating someone and you go home and meet their family? And you got to admit that you're a fucking Zorg cranker. That's good.
If you're a Zorg cranker, you're not dating anyone.
You're getting it ready to mate. You're not cranking it to completion for your own enjoyment. Cranking it sounds like you're really into it. You're like, oh, yeah. So I will crank the Zorg.
Yeah, I made all those Gil people. I'm responsible. Unfortunately.
Remember that horrific incident with those poor people that just wanted to fucking die because they were in immense pain? I did that. Turns out you shouldn't put gills on people. It shouldn't have gills. That's my bad. I didn't know.
Live and learn.
So I quit my job and I crank Zorgs. Much easier. I'm going to crank a Zorg though. I don't want my face. I don't want my O face blasted on the space net.
I got a theory that I've put some gills on the Zorg's penis that I could get like 5 times as much ejaculate.
Oh boy.
Dr. Frankenstein. Jesus. I took a lot of liberties with my gene scientist.
Dr. Moreau only worried about how much ejaculate he can get out of the creatures he creates.
They said clone some big guys. I thought, how about some fucking gills? How about that?
Yeah, I cloned him, but I put gills all over the fucking body.
It's my signature. Yeah. They'll know what animals I created because they all got fucking gills.
A fish has what, like 6, 7 gills? I thought, why not do 10 times that? No problem.
I'll fuck the robots.
Famous space jabs. I got all these off NASA.gov.
My baby gives all of them gills. He cranks that Zorgon till it's hard.
My baby makes a Zord train.
All right. The Reese's Caramel Big Cup. Looks like the standard big cup if you've had one. The picture on the front shows what looks like would be peanut butter on the top and then a small layer of caramel underneath. Let's see if that's accurate.
I'd say it's about 50-50 caramel peanut butter. Maybe slightly more peanut butter than caramel. Maybe 40-60.
Peanut butter and caramel. Where else do you see peanut butter and caramel? What other bars might have that? It's not a popular
combo. Well, the Reese's Pieces caramel flavored milk chocolate would be one example.
But I guess this is one of those things that doesn't appear in bars too much.
Maybe I guess like even the Snickers, right? Like when you have the peanut butter Snickers, they take the caramel out, I think.
I do like this kind of gooey caramel, like a caramello style caramel.
Yeah, it's much better than the way they did it earlier. Yeah. All right. I do like a standard big cup. And I really like the big cup that they did with the Reese's Puffs in it. It's a very good big cup. I don't like the one quite so much that had the pieces in it. This, right, I think, is somewhere in the middle. I don't think peanut butter and caramel is the best combination, but it's not terrible. I do like this caramel consistency, as Geiger mentioned, and there's a healthy dose of the Reese's peanut butter here to keep me eating. So I'm going to give this a pretty standard like that. I think it's fine. I wouldn't reach for this big cup at any point over a few other Reese's products or even a few other Reese's big cups, but it is tasty. Geiger, what do you think?
This is the best combo since gills and a turkey, which is what I made when I was a geneticist. No, I agree. Caramel and peanut butter doesn't work together great. I think it's smart to put this in a big cup because you can still have lots of peanut butter in there still, and it doesn't get like drowned out. My big concern was that the caramel is going to be overpowering and it's going to be too sweet, but it actually isn't because there's so much of the salty peanut butter in there that I think it kind of neuters it a little bit, and that's good. I like the like I said, I like it that it's the creamy caramel. I actually like this quite a bit. It's going to be my third straight like that. I think these are all fine snacks. This is probably my favorite that we've had tonight, only because it's got so much of the peanut butter flavor as opposed to the other two. I with Novak, if it was like I'd sooner eat like a regular big cup or maybe even some of the other big cups, like the ones with the little Reese's Pieces in them and all that kind of stuff. But this is good.
Okay, it has not won for sure yet. Now the if we think back, the Cookie Biscuit one had a love, a like, and an indifferent, and this one currently has 2 likes. So if Chad gives us a standard like, we're gonna have ourselves a tie. Anything better to win. Anything less, the Cookie Biscuit will win. Chad.
Well, I just want to thank you guys for Zorging what needed to be Zorged. It's strictly worse than just a regular big cup, right? Like the caramel is subtractive to just having peanut butter from top to bottom, I think. I do like the consistency of this caramel. It's not like overly like sticky in your gum or in your teeth, I mean, or anything like that. So in that sense, I do appreciate it, and it does taste good. You get a lot more peanut butter than I kind of expected, so that's nice. But I would rather just have a regular big cup. I'd much rather have the big cup with Reese's Puffs in it, which is to me still the king big cup. And this is like even a far cry from eating just like most of the regular Reese's Cups varietals. Are all significantly better than this. No reason to buy this thing. But it is still tasty. So yeah, like that for me also.
All right. It gives us a tie. Do we have any way?
But
natural.
You guys both prefer the big cup to the Reese's Pieces because Geiger just said that. So the big cup's the winner.
Do you disagree, Chad?
Tiebreaker. Yeah, well, because I gave the other one a Love Dat, so by math, yeah.
I forgot you gave it a Love Dat. Yeah. By math, I gave it a Love Dat.
You can't interpret an ancient text.
The famous mathematical equation of Love Dat equals. Yeah.
All right, Geiger. Where can the space listeners contact us?
Yeah, if you've ever been to space, if you've ever generated potatoes on Jupiter, if you've ever pole danced in 0G. If you have ever
if you've ever listened to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Poon.
Yes. Or Poon River. If you've ever stroked off a Zorg, you can get a hold of us, I guess, at You Tried Dat at gmail.com.
You had to string those 2 lines together. Have you ever jerked off a Zorg? Here's how you contact me.
I want to hear from you. Where did you put the gills on the Zorg dick? Tell me at YouTriedDat at gmail.com.
If you stroke off a Zorg, will he kill it because you're closing all its gills? You're not
drowning, but it feels so good, yells the Zorg.
The Zorg can talk the whole time? That's going to make this weird.
I guess it would be drowning, it'd be suffocating. But anyway.
Slow down and look at my eyes, Geiger. What? You can get a hold of us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter /X with the hashtag #YouTriedDat. We are on YouTube and Instagram. Let us know what you think of the snacks. Let us know what you think of our ratings. Suggest a snack for us to do. Ask a question for the mailbag. All that stuff. If you do like the podcast, we'd love it if you leave a review. And if you'd like to tell your friends and family if they want to hear 45 minutes stroking Zorg jokes and Poon River comments, we got the podcast for them. So thank you very much for listening, as always.
All right, guys. Let's say your job is bounty hunter. I'm putting you back on Earth now. All right, let's bring it back down. It's the end of the episode. Let's bring it down a notch.
Like Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Yeah, you're a real bounty hunter.
Okay.
What would be your technique? Like, let's say you have to capture a dude, right? What would be your strategy?
Geiger's eyes get super wide. I have to what now?
Asking nicely? I don't know.
All right, Geiger, start with you since it looks like you had an idea.
So I have no idea. I have to. My technique for cat. How big is this dude? Like,
what's your strategy?
Is he like some fucking like yoked out meth head or something, or is he like?
Do I have to bring him in alive, or can I just?
How big is he?
Do I have to collect a bounty on Brock Lesnar?
5'5".
Put him in a butterfly net. I don't know.
He's fucking 5'10".
I'm just saying, like, okay.
5'10", 200 pounds.
He's 3'7". His limbs are coming from all parts of his body, and he's lying in the corner yelling, "Why, God, why?"
How many arms and guns does he have?
25 arms, 16 guns.
It takes 16 arms, and what do you get? I guess I would just like. I mean, I would just rush in and mace the fucker. Just get him on the ground, like just tase him or mace him immediately, whether he's cooperating or not. Just to make sure he keeps struggling.
Come with me, okay?
Come with me, okay? Oh, I hadn't expected that.
I didn't believe you.
You seem unreasonably nice. But yeah, I think it would have to be, like a taser or something just to get him on the ground, and then I could cuff him and bounty hunt him. How about you, Chad? You got any techniques?
So the assumption is I've already have the necessary tracking skills to actually find this person, because that's like a big hurdle to overcome to begin with, is like, oh wait, so I have to like get off my couch.
Let's say you know where he is.
Okay. But I still have to get off my couch, you're saying?
Yes.
Right. You have a GPS tracker on him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, mace is a good idea, but it doesn't sound like the most fun necessarily. You know, I feel like maybe you get some
not enough enjoyment.
You get some of those like flash grenades or something, right? Chuck them through the window, and then you come running in with like a big old Donatello style bow staff and just start whacking them to the ground.
What the hell?
Wow.
Okay. You better have the right guy.
Yeah, that's my technique.
Novak, you have any special tips and tricks to get into that bounty hunting game?
You have experience, Novak. Tell us.
You've tracked them.
Oh yeah, tons of experience. I mean, these guys probably don't do this alone, right?
No,
like one guy doesn't just fucking like run into a house like spraying mace in people's fucking eyes,
flash banging their apartment building, running up 9 steps before it wears off
with a fucking bow staff. Used by no bounty hunter ever.
I just thought that would be fun.
Fucking famous bounty hunter Gandalf the Grey over there.
You shall not soar. I'm beating to the
ground. Yeah, I think you like gotta. I think I'd be very slow about it. Like seal up the exits, right? Like put something against his back door so he can't escape.
Seal up the exits,
right?
How do you get in?
Hope it's like, how do I get in?
Yeah, you hadn't thought about that.
I pose as I put on a disguise.
You use those pole
rip off my
to lure
fake
him
mustache.
Out?
Hello, pizza's
here. Pizza box that's very long and thin, and then right when he opens the door, I open it up and whip out my bow staff.
No, first you open the pizza and it spring launches a flashbang grenade. Then you collapse the cardboard box down and fold it and stretch it out into a bow staff and start whacking them.
Right.
You should,
and you got to make sure that it's not a. If you have to ever go hunting a werewolf, make sure it's not a full poon out.
Famous bounty hunter task is collecting werewolves during a full poon.
Van Helsing is the most famous bounty hunter.
All right. Tomorrow for breakfast, I'm having poons over my hammy.
Go ahead.
Go ahead with whatever you're going to say.
And waiting for the go ahead. Okay.
All right, your go for poon joke. Go ahead.
All right. We'll be back next time. We're trying out 3 brand new snakes.
Yeah.